Let's go live now. All right. Well, let's give us her for 30-second countdown. Give me a second. What is going on, people? Flying live. That's a lot of got a nice new webcam. Got a streaming room office. Oh, we're here. Hold on.
You're real low.
Am I real low?
Yep, there you go. That's better.
No, because the microphone is set up in a way where I have to be close to it to make it work. So I'm still working the kinks out. We'll see how it works. But here we are. We got another nice show for you today, folks. Today's gets a little bit. Well, actually, I've realized when I talked about this, when I thought about these topics to talk about, I didn't realize how much interchangeable you can get into all this and make it one big show. But yeah, I think we're ready to go. Let's throw in the intro. Here we go. It's me. It's me. It's the BEAS T. We're back again. It's a Friday evening, and I'm here. What is this guy said? What? Yes, that's right. See, you catch it on. See, you catch. We're gonna have a T-shirt for you that says just with the hands right there. T. Boom.
Time out.
Yeah. Forget the timeout. You can't time me out. I'm full of energy right now. But here we are, Unleashed Podcast. Here, my boy Harvey Harv. What's going on, Jules? How you doing?
Oh man, it is. It's the weather here sucks. It's like 84 degrees,
Really?
and
Really? You're gonna go
yeah,
there? Yeah.
it is what it is.
Listen, you want to talk about weather? All right. Yesterday, the garbage truck got stuck in the snow. And you know where it got stuck? It got stuck behind my garage. So you know what I couldn't do? I couldn't leave my house because of the snow.
Get out.
Not gonna lie, that happened. So in Winnipeg, you know, it's still dealing with a lot of snow, but not coming down, more so on the ground. So it warmed up a bit, and everybody's like, "Oh, all right, you know, start shoveling, just start getting rid of the snow. It's melting, whatever." And then all of a sudden, it drops down to -4, -5. And what happens with that? Everything starts freezing up again. So you got all these ruts and whatnot that you can't really drive around. So it was ridiculous. I slipped on some ice, fell in, kind of hurt my wrist, but it's okay. I think I'm okay because it's my other wrist, not my other wrist.
So wait a minute. Is there a doorbell cam?
No doorbell cam. No. I wouldn't even put that on the internet and make myself look like a fool slipping down my freaking stairs. Yeah, I don't even know why people even do that. Post themselves falling downstairs and then posting their child or their grandma or their uncle just fall. That's mean. That's just mean.
It's all about views,
man.
It's all about views, man.
I guess.
They're all trying to get that number to where they can monetize.
You're right.
Everything.
Right. You're right. And that's another topic we need to talk about. How much do you really show the world your life? I mean, I did a viral post for my daughter, and it wasn't meant for views or whatnot. It was just something I wanted to show everybody that my daughter, myself and my daughter had a virtual birthday party, and she didn't know I was gonna get all this stuff for her. And it went on TikTok, and it blew up. And I mean, blew up for me, anyways. I'm not a big TikTok guy, but when I checked out the stats of the post, it's currently at 4,710 views with
Hmm.
698 likes and 37 messages. And again, some people I know, some people I don't. And it wasn't for viewership. It wasn't something that I was trying to expose or whatever, but I just wanted to show people that I do care for my daughter and I do anything for her because I mean that's what dads do, right? That's what they should be doing. So I did that, and I got a lot of pats on the back, and I'm like, I was almost in tears because I'm like, I didn't mean to make it, that way, but in the end, people enjoyed it, and so I'm probably will do something fun with her again because everybody seems to like uh, a child in a video doing fun, polite child things. So we'll see with that in the future.
Let me ask a question. How do you have more likes than views?
What do you mean? I had
Oh, no, you said
4,000.
4,000, 4,000.
4,000. Yeah,
Holy smokes.
4,710 views with 600 likes and 37
That's
messages.
pretty
So
cool.
that is cool. It wasn't my intention. I just wanted to show because I don't really post too much of myself. Recently, I wanted to rebrand and restructure myself, and I'm like, you know what? This is a fun thing. She was in her nice PJs, and I surprised her at like, I guess it was 8 o'clock in the morning, and I did a nice birthday cake and birthday balloons and streamers and stuff like that, and she was just loving it. And
Yeah, I
she
saw
was
the live. I commented.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I the only thing I streamed it with the app that we're using here, and because it was on my personal, I couldn't see the comments. So I saw the
Mm.
comments after the fact, and I liked it, and I thanked people for the comments. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Um, Other than that, yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into my. I guess these were my topics, pretty much.
Yeah, but
Um,
something that you said, you just said was, um, oh man, I forgot already. But it actually plays into topic two.
the first one, yeah, no, you're right.
When you're talking about how much people actually
Yeah,
share
yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah.
you're right. You're right. You're right. Because okay, we'll start with the main topic, and I thought this would be a good topic to talk about because we've talked a lot about relationships and so forth, the good, the bad, and the ugly. However, there was one thing somebody told me about. Someone told me in a conversation uh, about jealousy, and that they
Mhm.
said they said it's healthy to be jealous in a relationship. And I step back and like, I know I've known this person for more than 20 years, and I was shocked because I'm like, that's not common practice. Why would you think being jealous of anyone is a good thing? That's a negative trait. So why would you think that is a good thing to have in a relationship? What's your thoughts?
So I think some people, like anyone would say that would be maybe they use that as some form of some
Acceptance,
form of
acknowledge
motivation. Yeah, just
motivation.
more motivation. You know, if you see somebody with a car that you're jealous of that, you know what? I need to get that car.
No,
You
but
see somebody
oh,
with a house.
okay, okay, okay. But don't you think that's a negative trait though? Some
I personally think it's a negative trait, but not everyone does.
Because the only okay, I only say this, and again, I get what she was saying when she told me this. It just almost like I don't need to be jealous. What comes for me will come for me. Yeah, you're saying, oh, that person has a nice car. I want that car. Well, what if you can't get that car? I will try to get something close to it. I don't want to get out of my lane. I want to make sure I do things for me that are for me, not because this person did this or because this person did that or because this person has this and because this person has that. That's not how you live your life. You live your life for you and you alone. If you want something and you have the ability to get it, go for it. I watched the movie today. Today, I've been wanting to watch this movie for the longest time, and it's called The American Underdog, and it's the Kurt Warner, I guess, story.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and I've been wanting to watch. It almost made me cry because that man went through some tough times. Not only him and his wife, and I know the backstory, but to see all of it, I didn't know. I don't know if anybody's watched the movie. I don't want to spoil it for people, but I didn't know that.
Spoil it.
Was that?
Spoil it.
Well, I did. What I'm saying is, I didn't know that his wife's parents died in a tornado. Uh, in middle of the movie, like in real life, they died from a tornado. I mean,
I didn't know that.
yeah, I didn't know that. So I knew the rags to riches and kind of, him bagging groceries, him going to the arena football. He said right away, he said, this is what I want. And he's going to go for it. No one's going to stop him. So again, he wasn't jealous that Brett Favre was out there or Trent Green was out there. He was going to prove it himself to make it happen. And he kept on saying, hey, give me that chance, and I'll make it happen. And he did. And now he's a Hall of Fame quarterback, right? With, I think, 7 or 8 kids, right?
I don't think he's a Hall of Fame quarterback, but
what?
I don't think he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. But you have to understand the way that you think isn't the way that other people think.
Oh, I 100% that. But I just try.
The way your definition of jealousy and or how people get motivated may be a little bit different than someone else's.
Yeah, I just think it's a negative trait to be jealous of someone when you have the abilities, the know-how, and the knowledge to do it yourself. You might not have the money right now, but you can find ways to get that money. Would you call that motivation?
Well, you're saying it as if person A and person B both have the same resources. Not everyone has the same resources.
This is true.
So when you say it's you can do this, you can do that. Not everyone can do that. So people don't have the education to be able to do some of the things.
Fair enough, but then there's people. Okay, we'll break it down to what you're saying. Yes, people don't have the resources. However, some people have that BMW, right? Some people have that BMW, and you want to get that BMW, but you can't because of resources, because of funds, and you end up having an Acura. You still have a vehicle. A lot of people don't have vehicles, but you have that vehicle, right? So you should be happy of what you have and not be envious of what others have. That's what I'm trying to say. So you might not get the ideal, the exact whatever, and if you can shoot for it, by all means. But if you can't get there, yeah.
Look at this. All social media is, when it comes to some of this stuff, is jealousy. When you see someone that has, or not saying you, but when people see someone have 2 million followers,
right,
they're jealous of them. They're jealous of them because they have 5. So maybe they don't have the access to be able to get to 2 million people. So that's why some people, I think, do some things that are off the cuff and or just shocking so that they can get views.
Okay. I mean,
now mind you, I am just playing the advocate, right? Because we actually have to learn to see things from
2 sides,
other people's ways of thinking, because I am not a jealous person, so I see what you're saying, but I can also read into other people's minds on like exactly how they think. So to me, thieves are nothing but a whole bunch of jealous people. They're mad that you have something, so they have to steal it.
That's, again, with the profession I work in, thieves are not always jealous. Thieves are just either, there are jealous people, yes, but there's also people that are just idiots, that are just bored.
Of course.
Yeah. So
I could walk out my door and throw a rock and find 2 idiots.
This is true. I can look outside and see 5. But anyway, but I hear you. Now, my thing my thing about the whole motivation, like again, you said the example about how you have $2 million and you're jealous because they have five. Again, both of us are on the same page. I'd be happy with the $2 million, but if I
Mhm.
really wanted the five, I want to be jealous because they have the five. I'd be wondering how I could make that five. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't
What,
want to. I don't care if they have it. Yeah, they have it. They have it. But I'm not going to be dwelling over it.
yeah, but your mindset is totally different.
I know. I know.
Your
That's again.
your
I'm.
culture is totally different.
This is true. I am very, very thankful for what I have. That's why I'm in probably one of the happiest moods I've been in a while since I've moved into this house because I have pretty much everything I need that I have with me in terms of the house, a car that's paid off, no debt. My daughter is here. Everything is kind of rolling the way you want it to roll. So you have nothing. I have nothing really to worry about other than the weather. That's it.
Well,
Um, it just I guess my mindset is different. But now let's switch gears and let's talk about relationship wise in terms of interacting with people. Say for instance, you had a woman that was, and this has happened to me. A woman would be jealous that I'm talking to other women, not because I'm trying to wow them. They could be high school friends, right? I remember I was in a group of well, I still have a group of high school friends, but I have a group of middle school friends from 25 years ago, and my ex, the daughter, my daughter's mother, my ex, was jealous of me talking to these women in a group chat. And I'm like, why are you jealous? Why are you insecure? Why do you feel this that you've been attacked because I'm asking for advice from other females, right? I don't know. And I mean, I've been told two things. One, women don't mind that you have other women as female friends, and then I have the flip side where women don't want you to have female friends. What's your take on that? I mean, the jealousy factor just weird to me there.
that that totally. I think that depends on the woman. I got six sisters and they're all different, so
Hmm.
I can't say that one like they're all going to be the same. Um, I guess the question would be, instead of asking other girls questions, why wouldn't you ask your girlfriend the question?
Because
Maybe that's
it's about the girlfriend. So for instance, again, I'm a new parent, and
mhm.
my ex was going through a lot of mental stuff in terms of baby blues and postpartum depression and so forth. So I asked the women in the group, hey, you guys have kids, how do I deal with this? Right? I can't ask her because she's going through it. I'm asking her, the other person, say, hey, can you help me out? I want to help her. What do I need to do? Right?
Okay. So from my point of view, it would still be asking her and saying, let's ask other people how they do it. I think sometimes when men, because that's all I can speak for, when men go outside of their relationship to ask questions, uh, when you could have very easily just asked the person,
And
or you're not including the person in the question.
hmm, again,
Now mind you,
hmm, hmm,
um, I think when it comes to a relationship, jealousy can be very toxic. So,
well, yeah,
uh, but that question has to be like, what are you jealous? Like, what are you jealous about?
100%. What
But
what
that has to be part of the communication from
No, but some people are
relationship,
some people are just built with that insecurity that someone's viable to take their man or take their woman because
because it's
they
probably happened before.
and it goes back to the dawn of from the beginning of the episodes we've had. I mean, man, some people just need to just play the game as is. Don't overthink something because it's gonna get you hurt.
I
Plain and
literally had this conversation with a friend of mine that
simple.
she's been in all these bad relationships.
Mm-hmm.
She's in a relationship that's good, and she doesn't know what to do because she's
she's
so used
confused.
to, like, she's just waiting for something bad to happen because it's happened in every other relationship.
Yeah, I've been trying to talk to women here. Like I told I took myself off of dating apps. I was done because you would talk to someone and it says, yeah, you have all the you tick all the boxes and everything, you're good, and they won't continue talking to you for some weird reason. I don't know why, but then you realize this person is so used to the toxic or broken atmosphere there are. When a nice guy talks to them, they don't know how to react. They don't know how to kind of deal with it, and they think it's too good to be true. That's what I always hear. You're too good to be true. What are you talking about? How do you mean you do this and do that and blah blah blah? I'm like, yeah, this is me. And then they get scared, thinking that I'm hiding something, or thinking a guy would be hiding something, and they start being Mr. or Mrs. Inquisitive and try to find dirt on a person. Just live, whether you find it or not. Just live.
Some people just don't know how to do that, and that is part of the problem. So this particular person that I'm talking about literally is starting therapy, and
for the relationships that she's been in.
Correct.
Okay.
And I said, how many times have you heard me say that everyone needs a therapist?
Yeah, you said that multiple times.
And now she's like, well, now I'm thinking because I'm waiting. So I asked how the relationship was going, and she said fine. And I was like, well, fine's not good. And she's like, what do you mean? So I said, it's like, why is it not great? She's like, well, I'm just waiting for this to no. You can't wait for something bad to go on. And she's been married before and been in other relationships where it's gone wrong, but so far this isn't going wrong. So why are you waiting for it to go wrong? Just go with it.
Yeah.
Just go with it. So she is talking to a therapist, which I told her she should.
And here's the scary thing is, because she's on pins and needles trying to figure out when something's going to crack, she's going to miss the whole euphoric feeling of just enjoying the relationship. You miss out on a whole bunch of stuff because you're afraid of the worst or bad thing to happen. You could be on cloud 9 with the whole situation. Instead, you're on, level 2 because you're fearing, you fear that something's going to happen to you and something's going to happen to the relationship. And you just prepare. You got the shield up, you got the sword handy, you're ready to fight. I'm like, nah, man, just enjoy. If something happens, okay, something happens.
Then you deal with it when it happens.
Yeah, don't prepare. You can't prepare.
Yeah, but you have to understand, some people don't know how to deal with anxiety.
Is it
so you worry so much now you're having anxiety attacks?
Okay, perfect example. You are driving your car. You've had this problem. You were driving your car and all of a sudden your car broke down. It just happened. You weren't sitting in your car thinking, I hope it doesn't break down. Hope it doesn't break down. Hope it doesn't break down. No. Why would you put yourself in that mindset? When it does happen, you step out of your car, you try to see what's going on, and then you find a solution. It's the same thing with relationships. You got to go in.
You would think, all right, so you would think, but you have to understand that certain things are more reliable than others.
Oh, I get that.
Cars are way more reliable than people.
Yeah. I've learned that trusting people is hard to do. No matter how long you've known them, how ingrained in their in your circle they are in, some people just let you down. We get that. But at the same time, that shouldn't be the end all to be all. It happens. You exist not because of them, because of you. So if something happens, you brush that off and keep on going. Sometimes you get that domino effect, one after the other. Yeah, you have that train of bad luck, call it. But again, eventually it's going to end. And if it's not ending, you might have to step back and say, hey, maybe it's you. Maybe you got to fix something in your circle, in your surroundings, to make it feel better for you. Maybe you have to. One of my best friends, she said, hey, why don't you just take yourself off all these apps and just work on you? Just be you. Just do you. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
But
And I did.
look at it like this, though. We've been ingrained for this, right? So who's your favorite athlete?
Deion Sanders.
Okay, so you have Dion up here, right?
Right.
Now what if Dion has like a rape charge? Now that person has really let you down. Now,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
But
in relationships, some of these people are putting their partner so high up, and they're like, it can't be real. It can't be real. It can't be real. There's not a perfect person. And then that person may let them down just a little bit. And then they're like, see, I told you he's gonna let me down. It's like, what? I was 10 minutes late to something, but they're constantly looking for that.
right.
It's because they've been let down so many other times. It's all right. Perfect example. I think LeBron probably gets it more than anyone. Is because he doesn't get in trouble. You don't see him out in clubs doing this stupid shit, and he's on some people's level with Jordan. But you can't put people up on pedestals like that.
You're right.
I mean, it's not fair to the people, even though there's nothing they can do about it. To be honest with you,
he hasn't made any mistakes to drop him down a peg, and that's why everybody is always on his ass, thinking they say he's great. He's a greater person than Jordan because of what he's done.
But those people are haters.
No, I'm just saying they think that he's beyond. He has no bad tendencies. I guess he doesn't have a great gambling problem. He's very loyal to his wife and his kids. He's loyal to the game. He's doing the movies. He's charitable to the kids in the community. He's probably the ideal role model for people, not just black people, not just basketball people, for people. He is that good of a man. All right. But people will hate on him for whatever reason. To each their own. I will never go there. I have my views on him in terms of a player, but as a person, man, that guy's spot on. Until you show me something he's done horribly wrong, it's hard to tarnish his legacy. But now we can put somebody in the same boat. Kobe, again, same type of lifestyle, philanthropist, whatever the word is. Anyways, yes, that he was one of the greatest players of all time. He respected the game, respected the people. He was that type of role model. But now he has a blemish because he had a charge. I believe it was dropped, but there was a charge or was it? Could he be? Yeah, he was. He cheated on his wife.
Right.
Now they have him on posters and banners and murals and all this stuff because of the person that he was in the global scheme of things. He was just that good of a person. He died tragically. Some might say that trumps some of the stuff he does. Some might say, hey, don't glorify this guy because he did this. Now, do you think he loses that holier than thou mentality or that persona because of the cheating, or is he still at the same level as LeBron? That's just great.
I think it matters whether you've liked him or not, because you would have to say that if his wife has accepted his apology, I don't know why you wouldn't. But once again, people are jealous of the fact that he is or he was who he was. And you've even heard other athletes are jealous of his work ethic or or his charitable stuff that no one ever talked about because he wasn't throwing it in your face every single day.
Right. But are you talking other athletes though?
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
but these other athletes could have done the same thing. They may not be making as much as him, but they could do the exact same thing as him. That's
But
why I
they
don't.
did not have it in them to
Right.
work as hard as he did.
Right. Well, that's on them though. That's not because that you shouldn't be jealous because he went off and did it. You should be upset at yourself that you're not doing it. That's what I'm saying.
Correct. But you have to understand some people cannot take responsibility for their own actions.
I guess you're right.
That's part of the problem is you don't look into yourself and see why something didn't work out or why someone is better than you. You know, I used to coach high school football and basketball, and people, all right, well, how come this? Because you're not working the same way he does, and or you may not be blessed the same way that person is. So you will never be that person.
You're right.
Because there's probably, I would say, hundreds of thousands of 6'7" athletic men, but still can't be a Kobe, still can't be a Mike, still can't be a Shaq, still can't be
you're right.
Whatever.
You're right.
And instead of saying, you know what, I didn't work hard enough, they're going to say, I didn't get a shot to do this. They're going to blame it on someone else. You know what, that coach didn't give me the ball enough. The coach, yeah, and that's all jealousy.
So I guess you call it jealousy, I call it laziness. They just don't want to do it. But again, you're right. We think differently, right? So some people who will take the bull by the horns and prove that they are able to do that or close to it will do that. Others will make excuses and sit back and say, well, you know, coach held me back, or, you know, the boss is not letting me do this, blah, blah. You know, you got to make your own waves. And that's what we do here. We have a podcast. We do our supplements. We do all this stuff because we want to be different. We don't want to be the norm. We don't want to be the same as everybody else. You want to stand out from the crowd. You want to do what you want and what you feel you want to do and what you deserve. So this is why we do this. This is what we do. So, but yeah.
So jealousy is not a trait of mine, and it's obviously not a trait of yours.
No.
But some people are just built different.
And when it comes to the workforce, I can't see people being jealous. If they know they're able to do that job, they should just show it and they'll get the views. And if they're not being seen, they have to make themselves be seen. When it comes to relationships, man, I just think being jealous is very ugly. Very ugly. It's not attractive, man or woman. It doesn't make sense. So
like I said, it turns into toxicity because it can turn into those violent issues that we've talked about in the past episodes.
No, you're right. You're right. Now here's a flip side though. Say for instance, you know, you're dating someone and a guy is talking to your girl, and then your girl gets upset that you are not upset that this guy is talking to her. You know, not jealous.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what do you do there? How do you deal with it there? Now it's not you really being the jealous one. It's the fact that your girl is upset that you're not jealous for them.
Because she should handle that situation.
Okay. So you're saying that's out of your hands.
I can't be jealous of something I already have. It is her responsibility.
Where's my sound effects, man? Where's my sound effects? Where's my sound effects? You hear? This guy's preaching.
I don't know what happened to him. What happened to him? We had him last week.
New setup. I got to find a new way to do it. But yeah. That was crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah, but at that point, it is her responsibility to say, I already have a man, or you know, whatever. But I already got you. So what can I like? I can't be jealous of a BMW I already have.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And again, this is the mindset I'm in right now. I'm like, why am I going to be stressed about like? And again, goes both ways. I mean, okay, I can talk to anybody in the world. Like, I had somebody jealous that I was talking to somebody in Toronto, thinking I was going to be with them, and this the same woman that was I was talking to for a while. She was upset that I was talking to this girl in Toronto. I'm like, I'm just talking to her on on messages. I'm not living in Toronto. I'm not going back to Toronto. I'm with you, and you're jealous and upset about that. I'm like, man,
Because I guarantee it's happened to her before. So she hasn't fixed her issues yet.
people claim that, and people claim that they have this feeling. I knew something. No, nothing. There's nothing.
No,
You were
you
just waiting for something to fail. That's all. And that's what people
you
do.
looked for it.
That's the thing. She went and looked for it.
Yeah.
There's no reason to worry. If that person, like I said, I mean, you coming, you're say for instance, you're in a relationship, you're working hard, you go to your job, you come home, you cook, you do whatever with the person you're with. That person could be on the phone with whoever for an hour, 2 hours, whatever. Knowing that you guys are going to bed together should just, should just lighten your life right there. You know that this person is sleeping beside you. You don't care who she's talking to. Now, if something physical happens, that's a different story. But if they're just talking to somebody and I have the cake and I'm eating it too, I don't have to worry about anybody else around me.
But all that comes with communication. What I think where your situation went wrong is that young lady should have said, "Hey, I don't appreciate this," instead of flying off the handle and going all
Yeah, yeah,
bonkers.
yeah,
But that's part of the communication.
yeah,
Is that I don't appreciate this, and
yeah,
then you dive deeper. It's like, yo, I'm just talking. Well, this.
yeah. The hell's that noise?
The guy next door, I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Damn, he's beating that meat. But yeah, okay. Let's roll it to the next topic. There was an incident involving superstar singer, actor, dancer Chris Brown, and Chris Brown was accused recently for raping a young woman on a yacht,
Mhm.
and again, the case is in court right now, currently,
Mhm.
and Chris Brown went to Instagram to expose this woman, and he exposed her by showing people the DMs that this girl who is taking him to court, charging him for rape, is in
Mhm.
his DMs asking him for the D, asking to see if he was mad at her for all this, and she was just trying to get back in the bed with him. And she said it
Mhm.
via text, and she said it via voice notes. And
Mhm.
he said, "You know what? I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to post it on Instagram." And he did. Now, I don't. Again, I believe you have to go through the proper channels to get this whole mess acquitted or cleared from the court system. But it tarnished his name because people think he was this type of dude. Now, because of what this woman did, do you think she should be now counter sued or charged for the actions she placed on Mr. Brown and his character?
So, well, the first thing when you come with when you have any situation like that, and he goes to Instagram, he starts showing messages and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
No one really knows who those messages are from.
What do you mean?
It's all right. So he's saying it's from her.
Oh, it was her.
But who knows?
Oh, okay. I hear what you're saying. Okay, yeah.
You know,
Okay. You
I
never know,
don't know. I
right?
don't know. I don't know the girl's number. I don't know. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
if um, I would think they should be charged with the same count as what you're trying to get the other person charged with.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, um, that's not what happens
No,
here.
no.
But that goes into my whole thing is why take the Instagram?
That's because it's his character has been now this is for him for per se, but his character was now spit on, tarnished, and made a fool because of false accusations. And he is a superstar, a global superstar. So for him to prove that he is not this guy, he goes to the best way he can, the best channel he can, and that's Instagram or any type of social media, because he knows anything he posts will go viral within the next 30 to 50 seconds. And then people will start talking about it, because that's what he wants them to do, is to talk about it and clear him from what he was being accused of. Because in the back, people, his greatest fans have already thrown him to the wolves, saying, yeah, this guy's a piece of crap. This guy's raping women. This guy's a dirtbag, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, you get this new message. Oh, this girl's really not, being honest about the situation. Right? He wants, because again, it's his money. You're messing with his money.
Yeah, but here's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Public opinion will never get you off. It will never get you off of this situation.
That's not true. Don't you know about our friend Juicy Smollett? Juicy Smollett? He's out of jail right now.
Yeah, but he went through no, I don't know. I don't know what I honestly don't even follow. Like, I heard a little bit about it, but
Jesse got the public, both his actor friends and people, to complain about him being put in jail, and now he's out of jail. See what I mean? So the public has power.
Like, I don't know when that happened.
Just what, a couple days ago.
So,
he was put in a psych ward,
right?
And then all these people that he used to work with or know him and family and whatnot said he was put in jail wrongfully and blah, blah, blah. He shouldn't be in jail for whatever reason. He wants this case overturned. And what happened?
He should be in jail.
Oh, 100% he should be in jail. Juicy Smollett should be in jail. He should be in there for a long time. But again,
but that's the court system's fault.
Well, who changed the court's mind? It's the people. People change
the law.
No, you can't. No. The law.
Follow the law.
You did, but I'm saying people have the power to change results, to make people reinvestigate a case. That's what people do. That's what judges do. That's what famous actors and musicians do. Agents do. They do all that. The petitions do. They do all that stuff to make sure you do this whole purpose.
But I'm assuming that there had to be something lawful or unlawful that happened for him to be able to get out. You can't, as a judge, you can't sentence someone and then go back 2 days later and say, well, you know what? The public is kind of getting on my ass. So you know what? Let them out. That's unlawful, because here's the thing. That means you have to do that for everybody.
Again, isn't this why Kim Kardashian is being famous? Because she's trying to help people get out of jail for wrongfully accused or whatever.
No, she's famous because she got banged down on video, and
I don't want anybody to throw anything at me. I saw that same clip and I'm like, whoa, Kim gonna start some fire.
Yeah.
But
look at the way she did it. She's doing everything via the way that the law is.
You're right. But now,
going to Instagram is not going to help Chris Brown. The court is going to help Chris Brown. His lawyer will help Chris Brown.
You're right. But at the same time, the public can sway the attention of this case in his favor for what he has done. And people, again, your high profile cases, the OJ case, any of those high profile murders or assaults or whatever, the public changes a lot of what's going on.
Well, the one thing that he's doing is making it harder for them to find a jury. Because one of the questions is, do you already know about the case? Yes or no? If you say yes, you're out.
I get it. Okay, I get you.
But I don't understand. I don't understand the whole I don't understand the whole going to Instagram to do all this. Now, all right, perfect example. What if people now find out that he made it all up, just like Juicy Smollett or
Lucy
whatever?
Spoulet?
Yeah. What if they find out he made it all up, just like he did? Now they're going to look like an asshole again.
But again, he would only if it helped him in his case. That's the only reason why he would post it. So if it was fake and it made them believe that he's true and he can get him off, more power to him. Okay,
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Stop putting yourself in those fucking predicaments. He's done it with Rihanna. He did it with another girl in the at his mansion. Now this same thing with what's the quarterback for Houston?
Oh, Watson.
Yeah. It's the same thing with him. But it's like you have to stop putting yourself and taking ownership. Stop putting yourself in these predicaments.
Okay. I understand what you're saying, but sometimes you don't have to be as famous, or you don't have to be. You don't put yourself in these predicaments to be put in a predicament. A perfect example was in a movie called Just Mercy, starring Michael B. Jordan and Jamie Foxx, about a guy who was wrongfully convicted of a crime that he didn't commit, and they put him in a spot that he was never at, but just because of circumstances that he'd had before, where he messed around with a woman before, they used that against him.
Correct.
To think that's who he is.
Now here's the thing. I'm not saying that people aren't wrongfully accused. I personally know a guy where we were out one night, and I'm hanging out with him. A girl comes up and she asks, what are we doing later on tonight and all this other stuff, and he kind of plays it off, and then the girl walks away. He says, hey, do you have any idea who that girl is? And I'm like, no. He said, that's the girl that accused me of rape. Like, so I've been in that situation. So no, you don't have to be famous. But
there's another movie that does the same thing with a potential NFL player that was accused of rape, was falsely accused of rape. I forget what the name of that movie was. It is on Netflix right now. But yeah, it's a lot of people who are just, I guess, I don't know if they're hurt, jealous, or whatnot, that are taking it to certain people, both men and women, and put them under the bus and destroy their lives because of it.
I think personally, and this is just my opinion, I think that sometimes things happen and it doesn't go your way. So that's the easiest way to get back at somebody.
Oh, 100%. That is 100% true.
And unfortunately, those type of people end up hurting the people that have actually have been through. Because now it just brings a bigger scope to it. But I'm just talking about the Chris Brown situation.
Right. No, let's go back to that. Yeah.
You don't need to be. I'm sorry, you don't need to be on a yacht with 15 girls.
You're right.
It's you've already had the accusation in your past.
Right.
Do what Derek Jeter used to do. Make them sign
a waiver.
Make them sign something. If you're so afraid of this happening again, make them sign something. No, because they're doing it just to get money. Just like when a girl had sex with Drake, and he threw the condom in the thing and put hot sauce in it. Next thing you know, she's burning. So she was deceptive enough to go get a condom out of a trash can.
Yeah.
And trying to use it.
Yeah.
There's just certain people, they just want that quick buck, or they just want that attention.
Yeah.
And just like we've always said, some people will take bad attention or good attention. They just want attention.
No, you're right. You're right. And I think we as a society have too much access to it, and that's why, again, that's why I was never posting things on TikTok, on Snapchat and whatnot. I'm like, there's so much silly and weird things that people are posting for attention. It doesn't make sense. You have people doing some weird challenge where they fluff their top, and all of a sudden, poof, they're in a bikini. I'm like, really? You took what, 45 minutes of your day to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Views.
Well, what does that? Those views ain't paying you anything.
They will eventually, if they get to a certain amount of followers and they get to a certain amount of views, they can start monetizing TikTok and YouTube and some of the other things.
These are the same people that are putting Cash App links on there and tell people to send them money and shit. I watch, again. I had a big deal about OnlyFans,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a newfound respect for OnlyFans, because it's a platform that's made for a certain platform. You have to pay for that. So if you're actually wanting to see this person, you're going to pay for that service. Just like my Twitch, my gaming stuff and like that. You're going to pay with all these TikTokers and whatnot asking for money. That ain't the way to do it, man. Especially when you have no real talent. What is the talent of you stealing somebody else's dance moves or a voiceover or whatever, and then asking for money for it?
To tell me how a 10-year-old kid makes $3 million a year opening gifts. That's not a fucking talent.
That's Ryan's world. Those guys are on YouTube making bank. I was about to do the same thing with my daughter. I'm like, no.
All right, but to go off of what you just said, that's not a talent.
You're right. That's not a talent. So I wouldn't endorse that. If my daughter wanted to do something on YouTube or whatever, I want her to do something that shows her talent, be it singing, dancing, a sport, whatever. But you being a kid, that's no different than my next door neighbor who has a kid too. Why are you getting paid, $3 million a year, and they aren't getting nothing, and they're doing the exact same thing because they put a camera in their face?
This is the world we live in, where
exactly
where people play pranks on unsuspecting people and expect them to laugh after they say it's a prank. It's a prank. It's a prank. I just saw one the other day where the guy, he's always in a store and he says something crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm on the phone. And this guy gripped him up. And he's like, it's a prank. It's a prank. Some people don't fucking play games like that.
You're 100% right. There's another thing I saw on TikTok about people are claiming that kids are vaping, and it's their asthma puffer, and they're making jokes how they took it away, and this guy was the boy was huffing and puffing and gasping in the air. He says, "Look at that, he's addicted. You see, addicted." That's what, and it's very poor taste. There's a lot of poor taste right now. There's no real talent out there right now on TikTok. It's just people just have poor taste. And I'm not saying there's a lot of funny people out there. There's a lot of talented people. There's a lot of artists, musicians, dancers, people who do sports things, people who have cooking skills. Like, there's so much out there, but it's saturated by the crap that you see on a regular basis of people turning around and clapping their ass together. And then, and here's the worst part of it. People think that TikTok is a dating app. They put their age, their height, where they're from, if they have kids, blah blah, or they have a little song that tells them to say hi, and they'll ask, how many highs can I get? What does it matter? What does it matter?
But that's to you. But you also were talking about the Chelsea Hart and the dude
thing. Listen, let's talk about that right now, because that one's fire. Now, I don't know about Modern Warrior there, Lance, right? But that Chelsea girl, she has an issue. For those of you who don't know, Chelsea Hart and Modern Warrior Lance, they're TikTokers. I believe another one is Amanda. I think she's in the mix.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about Amanda because I never saw
Well,
anything about
again,
Amanda.
basically, Lance is a Native American TikToker who is very very strong in his background and his religion and his culture, and he's very against the white man and colonization. You can see it in his posts. You can check it out yourself if you want, but he's fully hard against it. I'm like, okay, no problem, more power to you. So then he hooks up with this girl Chelsea, who is also white, by the way, and they have I guess a relationship. I don't want to say they had relations. They had relations, so they were kicking it for a while. I don't know how long, maybe once, twice, who knows. And then later on down the road, Lance hooks up with another TikToker and hooks up with her. Now, the story gets fishy because Chelsea finds out that that this guy is hooking up with other women and having unprotected sex. So now what she now turns around and says that this is sexual assault.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to pause there. I'm like, sexual assault. So I'm thinking about it. How is this sexual assault? So then I listen further, and he says because he did not tell her that he was banging other chicks, and she didn't consent in it, that it's like sexual assault. I'm like, man. So then I started scrolling about this whole situation, and the amount of people who are mad about sexual assault, how she's claiming this was sexual assault, was ridiculous. Because there's people who physically have been sexually assaulted.
Correct.
And they did not take kindly to what she was saying or what she was claiming. I get it. She was played. And the guy started to apologize about his actions. I'm like, yeah, you can apologize, but you're a dude. You're an adult. You take control. You take the lumps that you take. Same with her. But don't be going off on social media blaming or claiming this and trying to get people to draw away from him. So that's his livelihood. That's his way of life. And she's trying to tell people stop following this guy because he did this to me. But
okay, so let me jump in.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I have followed her. I had no idea who the guy is. I honestly thought it was a girl when I saw the actual picture. And from what I take from her point is she would have never had unprotected sex with him if she had known that he was doing it with other females.
Okay.
Now, mind you, she didn't say that I wouldn't have had sex with him. She just said I would not have had unprotected sex with him, knowing that he was having unprotected sex with all these other girls.
Okay, stop you right there, though. Is right there. Isn't that not a choice whether you want to use the condom or not? That is your choice. Whether he's dating or being with anybody or not, that is your choice.
Correct, but she thought they were in a relationship. Obviously, he didn't. But that's my takeaway from it. It's you obviously were gonna have sex with them anyway, whether it was protected or unprotected. Mm-hmm. You also have a vote in that,
of course.
Whether you say use the condom or don't use a condom,
right?
And unfortunately, what I don't like is that it is all over. That it is all over TikTok and YouTube and everything else. Like, why are you putting your business out there? But here's the thing: her and the other girl, when there was another girl, I don't know,
Amanda, yeah,
and she's like, "Don't come for him. Don't do this." I have people. I've seen messages where people are coming at him with my name, and she's like, "I don't want you to do that." Like, so it's like, so you're kind of berating the guy, but then don't want. Now you're defending him.
No, but she didn't berate him though. I mean, she understands.
Well, when she said that she felt assaulted because
that's Chelsea though, right?
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
When she's and mind you, I as a man, I can't tell a woman how to feel about their body.
Oh, 100%.
So when she said she felt assaulted, because of him smashing other chicks unprotected.
Raw dog.
That's just a totally different conversation.
That's correct.
And,
I
and
wouldn't. I
apparently
wouldn't
the
say
communication wasn't great between them.
I don't think
So
I wouldn't say it was an assault. It was just a bad choice
but
between
that's what she
adults.
said. She felt like she was assaulted.
But that just again feeling, and again, a sexual assault is an act on someone else. Telling me that you felt assaulted or sexually assaulted, that's hard to say. That feeling.
What is the actual definition of sexual assault?
There's a spectrum of sexual assault. There's
No.
so many things.
I just want to know the definition.
You want the definition of sexual assault? Do you want to bring it up right now?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. I will
because that would literally tell you it's just the way that people perceive being assaulted.
Okay. So let's finally okay. So we'll say here. So the term sexual assault refers to sexual contact or behavior that occurs without explicit consent of the victim. That's the definition.
That's
some forms of sexual assault include attempted rape, fondling or unwanted sexual touching, forcing a victim to perform sexual acts such as oral sex or penetration, or penetrating the perpetrator's body. So those are examples.
Okay, so she felt that when he went raw, it was assault
on someone else, though.
Well, on her.
No, on someone else. Because think about it. She went and slept with him first.
Well, then she went. Timelines. The timelines, we don't know timelines.
Well, true, but I'm saying after the fact, you're telling me now that you found out that he was having sex with other people, whether condom or not, I believe she was just hurt in her feelings. And
what did I just say?
No, I get it, but to take it to that level of sexual assault, that's why a lot of women are upset right now, because it's almost like you're taking this is Women's Month right now,
right?
This woman is taking to social media to berate a man who just made a poor decision with another woman.
So what the biggest deal is going to be, and if you go to a therapist and you say, I feel this, your therapist is going to say, all right, let's talk about why you feel that way. You can't tell her not how to feel.
No, I get it, but you're accusing. So is she pressing charges on this man?
I understand. No, obviously not.
So what? Not. Like sexual assault is a big deal.
No, because not all people that are sexually assaulted file.
No, I understand. What I'm saying is, why isn't she? If she is so hurt to go to go to social media and tell the world about this man, why is she not putting freaking this man in handcuffs?
Once again, I don't like the whole situation. I think the whole situation, it was she got her feelings hurt.
She got butt hurt. She got
her feelings hurt, and I really don't agree with taking it to TikTok or Facebook. Just like I don't like when couples get into arguments and they post about it on Facebook. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. What you're doing is let me tell you what it is. It's like if me and you get in an argument, right? And we have a mutual friend, and I tell my side of the story. I'm trying to get people to be on my side.
Right.
And that's exactly what she did to her 3 million followers or whatever. So then he has to come back
and clap back and say, hey, this is what really went down.
Right. And now there's other women like, yeah, he's a piece of shit too, blah, blah, blah. Like you all flew to Denver. They paid to go fly to see this guy. Every last girl that has said it, the 3 girls that I saw anyway, flew to Denver. You got your feelings hurt.
That's it.
You got your feelings
That's
hurt. But I've got my feelings hurt, and I didn't go on Facebook and call out ex-girlfriend or a girlfriend. That's like that
it.
shit's petty. It's
I
petty.
I only, and this is why social media is the death of society, because I think the actions are looking for validation. And I had the same issue with my ex. She got upset with me because I didn't post on Facebook that we were a couple, and she was upset. Why didn't you change your status? I'm like, what is the status? I sleep with you in my house. We have a child together. Why does that upset you that we are not validated, or Facebook relationship? That makes no goddamn sense. It doesn't.
But that's the jealousy part where it's.
But that's what I'm saying. But I don't. But because we depend on social media so much that it almost defines how you are, is what's bothering me right now. That's why she went to Instagram. That's why she went to Facebook. That's why she went to freaking TikTok. That's why she went to YouTube. She wants validation. She wants that army to be on her side and say, hey, let's take this guy out.
Now, mind you, the whole time, why didn't you just deal with it with him?
Yeah, why do you have to put? I mean, you're right.
But it goes back to the same thing with Chris Brown. Why do you have to go to Instagram to defend yourself?
Right.
Like, either you're right or you're wrong.
Yeah.
When you're doing that, you're just trying to pull people to your side.
Yep.
And if it's something that's unlawful, well, there's court systems for that.
Yep. And that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting for the courts to say, hey, this guy did this. He's going to be charged for whatever. If he doesn't, then you're just puffing smoke right now. And all those people that are hating on you because you said this is a sexual assault and you don't even know what sexual assault is, they're going to break you down. Remember, she was claiming that she lost a baby in this, only to find out that she had an abortion.
Well, that was, I don't know whether you follow that part, he was the consoler when she had the abortion. It wasn't his child. That.
Oh no, I know it wasn't her. I know it wasn't his child. Yes, but the fact that she was throwing that in the mix,
right,
that has nothing to do with it. She was just trying to fuel the fire. That's all.
But she seems to be going raw dog with everybody. So
that's what I see right now.
But like I said, it's just, unfortunately, it's just like where you have people going live, arguing with their girlfriends and boyfriends, and now I've seen where it made sense because someone went live and then they got assaulted, and that was like the best. Like that's the best open and shut case thing that.
Oh, so you saw the actor? You're saying?
Yeah. Act on their live.
Yeah.
So that person can't say no. I didn't do it. Like I've seen that, but this whole situation is totally different.
Yeah, this is true because we've seen even pro athletes how they start beating their wives or their girlfriends and I guess hidden cameras or secret cameras or whatever. And they'll claim that they never did anything. But the camera's right there, right? Those are things that, for sure. Set that shit up. Make sure you catch that guy. He doesn't deserve to live. I totally agree on that. But to claim something, and I'm not saying, again, what he did was right, but the means of trying to get at him is totally wrong.
But like I said, whatever he would have been charged with, she should be charged with.
I totally agree. Like she should get the same type of punishment for doing what she's doing. Now, I don't think there's going to go to that point where legalities and stuff will happen because it's only TikTok, and I don't think the courts are really going to even try to worry about this at all. If they went there, they'll just say, you know what, this is not the place.
But it's the biggest weapon a woman can have is saying that she was assaulted.
Oh, that's weaponized. Yeah, that can be weaponized. Easy. That can be weaponized.
That's the biggest weapon. That's the biggest weapon.
Yeah.
Because everyone's going to look at that other person a certain way.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. 100%. 100%. It's sad. It's sad how that is being done so often now. Uh, and it's scary because you can never, I mean, right away you have to believe what has been told to you until it's proven that it's not. But now in that same process, you're dragging a man's name, his livelihood, his character, his family's character through the mud if it's not true.
Mm-hmm.
Not only destroyed his life, but maybe he has a girlfriend right now, or a wife, or a business, or a coworker, or a family member, or whatever that will be hit in this whole big web of
But the
deceit.
thing is, it also abuses that power that you have, abuses people that have actually been through it.
Right, and that's why I said, that's why I brought this up, because again, it is Women's Month, and when I heard that this woman's claiming sexual assault, and I've talked to people who have been sexually assaulted, and I'm probably going to have some one-on-ones with them about this if I can, and they'll tell you what sexual assault is. And I mean, man, if you're butthurt about a guy who's banging other chicks and you want to get at him another way. Don't claim something else and then make it a bigger deal than it is. That's it. It just sucks how this
You know
person.
what? Pour sugar in his goddamn gas tank.
Oh
Like,
wow, wow.
if you're gonna be petty, like, but you honestly, and like I said, I did I used to follow Chelsea because I thought she was funny.
Right.
And like I didn't know about this whole relationship thing and all that type of stuff.
Hmm.
So when you told me about it, like I had to look into it. But it's still, it's like either handle your business discreetly or don't handle it at all, because you end up just like she did, just like she is. Like half the women are behind her, the other half women are trashing her.
Yep. Yep. You're just
And
making a divide.
everyone's trashing dude when he was just just being a piece of shit.
Well,
But
he's being him. Like, I mean, some people do it and never get caught. He got caught. All right. Well, move
yeah,
on.
so he was like the real life. He was a TikTok swindler.
New movie coming out. TikTok swindler
Yeah, exactly.
with that hair of his.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I swear to you, when I first saw the picture, I thought it was a woman.
Well, I mean, the Native American culture is very, very highly on their hair. So
Mm-hmm.
I've seen many of these guys have that hair, and it's kudos to
No,
them.
it wasn't even the hair. It's like he
He
looked
looked
like
feminine. He
yeah.
looked feminine. Yeah, yes, it's true. He did look a bit feminine. He didn't look like he had the cajonas, but
Yeah.
hey,
But
it
he
is what it
bagged her.
is. He did bagged a few of them.
Yeah.
So I think he's only bagging them because of he's TikTok famous. If you see him on the street, no one's looking at this guy.
The modern warrior. I don't even understand that. Like, I don't get it.
I'm telling you. And that's
What are you
another
doing?
thing. Now that you've done this, does anybody take what you say as credibility now? You just stepped out on a girl and smashed some other girl, and they're white women too. And you're preaching and boasting about colonization and whatnot, and you're here smashing girls with no rubbers on. No
No,
one
but
can, no one can take you seriously anymore. Sorry, warrior. That's it. You should be losing balls.
No, because people are still going to take him serious. Just like on that Tinder swindler, that guy has a girlfriend.
Well, yeah, I guess, but still, people should wake up. People are just on this platform sometimes just talking shit. They're not going. They're not backing what they're saying by their actions. If you're hating on colonization and whatnot, and you're going out sleeping with all these white women, saying that these people are taking away your culture,
It's for views.
yeah, that's the thing.
Views.
I can't take. You're not credible to me. I cannot follow you. I cannot listen to you.
He was never creditable to me anyway. I don't even
No,
know.
no. And even if say it was a black man, you're saying black power and blah blah blah, and all of a sudden he's going off, messing around with a bunch of white women that he's sticking his views on. Like, these are the reason why we're losing our black man, blah blah. And meanwhile, you're sleeping with, it just contradicts what you're saying.
Yeah, you're just being very hypocritical.
Yeah. So I can't trust your colonization claims when you're going off doing the thing that the colonizers have been doing from day one. It doesn't make sense to me, but it is what it is. That again, these people are famous for the wrong reasons, and we continue to make them famous. Meanwhile, we're pushing this grind and trying to get some views and people watching us and just entertaining people. And it's a grind. I get it. They've done their grind, but look at it. Look at their grind. There's people that are just showing their ass, talking some bullshit, causing arguments, have no skills, and they're freaking TikTok famous.
So for me to get famous, I should just walk up to someone and just slap them.
Yeah.
And then walk up to the next person and slap them.
And just say it was a prank. It was a prank. It was a prank, guy. Yeah. You knocked that guy silly. Yeah. You knocked out cold. Yo, it was just a prank. Yo, get up. Yo, it was just
10 million views. I guarantee it.
Oh my God.
Guarantee it.
This world is just destroyed. But hey, we got to use social media to the best of our abilities. And use it. I say use it properly. That's all I'm saying. Use it properly. And I would definitely follow you and promote you as much as possible. Because if you're using it right, you should reap the rewards for using it right.
Well, unfortunately, there's no rules.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So. That is unfortunate. But yeah, that's it. That's all. I mean, shoot, I get a bit agitated when I talk about these topics because these guys on TikTok and all these places just make no sense to me sometimes. I'll be strolling through these things. I'm like, yo, what is this? And then I'm like, no. And there's some really good content there. Go look up Straw Hat Goofy. That guy talks about movies like crazy. And I love listening to him because he's basic. He has his gimmick. He has a little earpiece and his headset and whatever. He has his thing. But he's putting out content that's actually informative. If you're
only thing I like is when the girls do the makeup or people do makeup.
You like
they'll paint their face like the Joker.
Okay, the cosplay stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I've seen people who've done Iron Man, the full body paint of Iron Man. I've seen people do Aquaman. They've done certain characters and so forth. Yes, you're 100%. Again, that is a talent that I watch because you're doing it live or even not even live. Sometimes it's video, but you're doing it on yourself. That is not easy to do.
Yeah.
So yeah. Kudos to them.
Sure, it takes forever to do that.
Yeah, for sure. But hey, man, maybe I got to do something for TikTok. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna start doing some stuff for kids. I'm gonna make a Black Panther suit with a 3D printer I just got. 3D printer is coming in on Saturday. I'm gonna start planning and making a 3D printer costume for myself. You'll see. I've seen the Iron Man's done. People have Iron Man.
I think you should do body paint and then ride your bike butt naked.
You just insulted me right now. I will be TikTok famous, just not that way. That's gross. But anyways, that's it. That's all, folks. A one-on-one with my boy Harv. We're going to be out. We'll do it again soon. If you guys have any topics you want to hit us up with, let us know. We're open to talking about anything and anything. Yeah, just anything. If it's offensive, please,
no
understand.
politics.
Well, yeah, no politics. But again, nothing on an illegal swing either. We don't want to talk about how to make meth and shit like that. I don't want to do that. Hey, don't get it twisted. A guy that was in my position, ready to go for this job, they asked him, "What'd you do for the summer?" "Oh, I was trying to show people how to make meth." I'm like, "Oh, really?" So we said the whole class, first day of trying to get this job, first day looking at this guy explaining the chemicals that is needed to make meth. He had a freaking chemical lab, and he was ready to be hired for the government to be in charge of inmates. I'm like, you know what, boy, bye. Anyways, that's it. That is all. We're out of here. You guys have a good night. I'm gonna go eat some shawarma. You go and sleep because I know it's late for you. We all know it's late for you, old timer. All right, folks. Peace out.